Let me tell you this, my brother. It's one thing to go through emotional abuse from a woman. It's not easy, it's tough, it's very painful. But healing from that, that's a complete different story. I'm not saying that it's easy to go through the pain. Oh, yeah, all good. But healing is just so fucking complicated, you know. And it's filled with traps, really. And I honestly wish to have a mentor at that time when I was going through the pain of a breakup and going through emotional abuse and all of that. Because I did stupid things after that. I went fucking a bunch of girls. I was numbing myself with alcohol. I was watching porn. Just, terrible. My life was a total mess after going through that pain and not knowing how to handle it. And so, this video, in a way, is for my younger self that went through that and didn't know what to do about it, right? Because I was so angry towards women at that time, very resentful. I was attracted to the red pill, obviously. I was watching all the red flags videos and I knew it all. Then I got interested into the narcissist kind of woman, like really understanding this kind of woman, and I became almost like an expert at this. And I'm sure you can recognize yourself in that. It's like, because you went through that much pain, you don't want to go through that again, so you want to understand why this happened in the first place, right? And I think that's an important step of the healing, right? Going through the anger, the resentment, finding the reasons why this happened and all of this. But it's not enough. And the reason why it's not enough is because you still have that anger, you still have that resentment, you don't trust women anymore, your heart is closed, and good luck to be able to attract a healthy relationship from that place, right? And that's why a lot of men feel like dating is doomed. It's because they went through emotional abuse from women and they stayed stuck at the phase of healing where they get resentful and all of this. I'm not saying it's bad to be resentful. You should be resentful. Of course, it's fucking unfair what you experienced. No man should go through this, and no woman actually should go through this too. Emotional abuse is not a good thing to experience. At the same time, you are the one responsible for the wound. Not her, you are. And that's a tough pill to swallow, right? Because, yeah, you can argue that she created that wound. She is the one that fucking stabbed you in the heart when she cheated on you, when she was gaslighting you, when she was manipulating you. Yes, she did that. But it's your wound now. And you are the only one responsible for that. And that's why I want to share with you these 3 steps that will help you heal from this emotional abuse that you went through in your life. I'm not saying these 3 steps are going to change everything. I don't want to promise you anything here. Because, let's be honest here, healing from emotional abuse is a very complex journey. It's not that simple. Not that simple. And it usually requires the help of someone who went through this and who knows the journey, who has the tools to help you out, and who can identify your blind spots, who can see through your limiting beliefs, and who can have the compassion and the courage to hold space for you so you can process all the pain, right? So these 3 steps, they're very helpful. They can help you. But be very aware that this is a journey, right? It's complex. It's not supposed to be simple, Let's not make it simple. Because when we simplify something that is so deep and so complex, we don't do ourselves a very good favor here. So, first step. Because you're still resentful, angry, and all of that, you are going to need to process that. It's very important, you know. You don't want to move beyond that thinking that, oh, no more anger now, no more resentment, I will not look at it anymore. I will push it away. This is what men do, sadly. But it doesn't work like this. If you push away the anger or the resentment towards women, it's gonna become a shadow and it's gonna follow you. And you're gonna feel powerless with that shadow, right? Because it's controlling you. This shadow is controlling you. It's controlling your behaviors, your thoughts, your emotions without you realizing it. You don't fucking realize it because you pushed it away, right? So it's in your subconscious, yeah? So the resentment you feel towards your ex or towards women, the anger, the mistrust, all of this, you are going to need to process it. Let's say you feel angry. Suddenly, right? There is something that's triggering you. For example, you watch an Instagram story or a reel or a YouTube video or whatever, and you suddenly feel triggered, right? You feel angry, you feel resentful, you feel sad maybe. Don't push that away, right? And whenever you have time and space, because you don't need to fully express it right away. Let's imagine you're at work, you're not going to do that. But whenever you have the time and space, express the emotion itself. How? Well, for example, if you're angry, you can take a pillow and fucking yell at the pillow, right? If you're feeling sad, allow yourself to cry. Literally fake crying, right? Like this. And feel the sadness, right? And then maybe it will come out. Maybe not. Don't judge yourself when you do this. I know that a lot of men will feel weak when they start crying. You're not weak when you're crying. You're not weak when you're angry, okay? Like, you're allowed to feel those emotions. You can process those emotions by yourself in your bedroom, right? At night, okay? Like, you don't need to be in public or any of that. This is super necessary because whatever that you keep for yourself is becoming your shadow and it's controlling you in the background. So be very, very aware of that. Another way to process your emotions is to journal about it, right? Journal about the anger that you feel. Journal about the sadness. Journal about the fact that you feel betrayed, right? Journal about all of this. Let it all out, is what I mean. Yeah? And there will come a moment where you feel like, yeah, like, fuck, man, I released something, you know? You cry and you released something. You fucking yelled as loud as possible in the pillow and you released something and it feels fucking good, right? You started writing so fucking fast, so passionately, and you released something as you did this, right? When you feel that release, you know that step one is done. Maybe not fully done. Maybe you have to come back to it a few times. But yeah, you started to do the process. Awesome. Which leads us to step two. And step two, my brother, you're not going to like it. But it will be your liberation. It will be your liberation. Let me tell you a story. 6 years ago, I went through a very tough breakup. It was the breakup that led me to be very depressed because I went through some forms of emotional abuse, manipulation, cheating, even though she never told me that she cheated on me, but my gut tells me that she did, right? And we never got to talk about it again, so I'll never know. It's all right. Anyway, I went through a lot of bullshit with my ex. And the breakup destroyed me completely, right? And I did a lot of stupid things after the breakup, of course. I was fucking a lot of girls, drinking alcohol almost every day, watching porn, and yeah, just, you know, it was not a good way to let go of my ex-girlfriend, let's put it this way. And after a few months, I became really suicidal, like proper suicidal. And on New Year's Eve, 6 years ago, I was about to jump out of the window. I opened the window. I was very, very close to do it. And at the time, I discovered about Buddhism. I was reading about it, right? And especially one practice called metta meditation. Metta meditation literally means loving kindness meditation. You choose one specific object of meditation that you focus on and you give it love, right? Well, there's different levels to the metta meditation. You can imagine the person you love the most and you give love to that person. You can imagine a person that you don't care about and you give love to that person. You can imagine a person that you hate and you give love to that person. Yeah? And so that's what I did. Literally that night when I wanted to jump out of the window, a miracle happened. I still believe it's a miracle. An idea popped into my mind, you know. I was like, what if I imagine my ex-girlfriend and give her love? You know. And at that time, I hated her. I hated her so much. So resentful. It was like running through my veins, the anger. That level of anger. And so I closed my eyes. I really did this. I went to bed, actually. I went to bed. So I closed the window, went to bed, and closed my eyes. And I started to imagine my ex-girlfriend. And I repeated these 4 sentences. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And I repeated this on and on and on and on and on, right? I don't know for how long, I think 10, 15 minutes, maybe more. And it cracked me open. You have no idea how much it just cracked me open. Like, bro. Yeah. It was a crazy experience, like a very spiritual kind of experience. And I woke up the next day and I felt completely relieved, you know, like something was off my chest, you know. And the healing got much better after that because I no longer carried resentment towards her. No more, you know. And yeah, it was transformational. Yeah, I have no words right now as I'm speaking about it because it's just, it was very powerful. And so if you're able to do this, if you have the courage to do this, and you do it genuinely because you have to feel the love for her, right? You have to feel. It's not about faking it. It's not like, may you be loved, may you be healthy, may you be happy. No, no, it doesn't work like this. It's not about repeating the sentences. It's about repeating the sentences and feeling the sentences, genuinely feeling it. That's why you repeat it, because at one point it's going to crack you open, right? So when you've done that, there's only step 3. You need to forgive yourself, my brother. You fucked up, and it's okay. You didn't know any better, and it's okay, right? And that's a hard one, I think, for men, because we want to be the best version of ourselves, and we put so high standards, right, for ourselves. And we forget that, fuck man, like, we're still young in our heart, right? We still have some immaturity sometimes, and it's okay to fuck up, right? It's okay to not know. When you went through that emotional abuse and you let her do that, you didn't know it any better, right? What could you do? You have to be gentle on yourself with this, and you have to forgive yourself, right? How to forgive yourself? Well, that's a whole process, and I cannot really share it here because that will make the video so long. So if you're interested in a video to help you how to forgive yourself, let me know in the comments. Okay, let me know in the comments. I want to see if you're actually interested in that, and I'll make it for you. Okay, this is my promise to you, because I don't want to make this video super long. I want to keep it super simple and super easy to digest. But if you're really interested in that, let me know and I'll make it. There's a whole process to forgive yourself. So this is what I mean. It would kind of get us out of the topic of the video in some ways, right? Because it will just be about forgiving yourself. Because you can forgive yourself about, yes, fucking up with this woman, but in so many other areas of your life. And you will see that you will feel more light, you will feel more love within yourself, right? In fact, a lot of men carry this heaviness in their chest because they're just not forgiving themselves. God damn it. Because we're so hard on ourselves. It's crazy, you know. So, yeah, if you're interested, let me know in the comments. I'll make it. I respond to all the comments and I listen to you. Whenever you ask for a video, I'm making it. Because sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes I don't have any ideas to talk about. It can happen as a creator, right? So if you help me out with these ideas, awesome. I'm happy. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in joining the Wild Man Brotherhood, having a brotherhood to help you process that pain, right? Having a brotherhood so you can be vulnerable with other men, and also receiving my mentorship through voice note coaching, click on the link in the description. It's $47 a month. It's very cheap. And you really get this experience of being with other men, learning how to be more confident, learning how to heal yourself, and being vulnerable with other guys. I think it's super valuable. The community is growing. I think right now we have like 10, 11 people. It's amazing. It's very intimate for now. And you should join because I think it's going to grow even more in the next few months. I see you.